Alright, should be live. It is there. I'm going to actually kind of auxiliary volume up a little bit more so people can hear. Thank you, Brendan. Yeah, not paying for anything, just streaming. But thank you for the follow, Brenda. I appreciate that. Anything, bro. Verse goes down a little bit. There we go. All right. We are streaming everywhere. Awesome. Turn the volume down a little bit. So what has been up? Hopefully everybody's having a great and amazing day. It's a little rainy over here by me, but hasn't been too bad for most part of the day, honestly. Close that. And take the preview away because I don't need to see myself talking. Let's bring this up. All right, good there. So drag this out. Drag this onto this bar. Bring in some True Social over here. What else would I want to bring with? AI is amazing. Making some cool opening clips for me. Dude, what are you throwing down the steps? Kids. You find me. And we'll open up YouTube. Because we are going to make a YouTube video today as well. We got 64 views on this video. We're going good there. One of these Roman Catholic Christian commentators just crashed out yesterday during a debate. Crazy what he manifested, man. All right. That's cool. What am I getting? What should we active? Followers? Yeah, I don't really care about subs. Followers would be cool. I gotta set one more thing up. My tablet. Hey, Screamer. Why is Twitch on here twice? Good question, right? Hey. Chill out. Yes, please. Since Mr. Eli can't keep his voice down for more than 2 seconds. Yeah, come.
By me.
Yours, it's yours. It's yours.
Is it open?
You want to open?
Iron Man.
Oh, yeah, you got Iron Man goggles. Guess I can turn my meds off for now because I'll be taking them in a little bit, in an hour. So we get a little bit of time to chit chat. All right, Bible verse of the day. Well, we'll get started actual properly. There has been some horrible things going on in the world. Some flooding that has been taking place. Take it upstairs, buddy. No, not down here. No screaming. No screaming. If you're down here, no screaming. Dad can't handle it. No, we'll start with a prayer, Lord. We know you have your hand on us, and that things happen in your will and your way, and we don't know what the reason or the outcome is some of the times until it's upon us, but we know you're there, Lord, and we trust you, Lord, and we love you, and we just pray that we can become more like you and become as wise as you're willing to make us, Lord. Just give us the wisdom to speak to anybody and everybody that comes into these streams and into our lives, Lord, and just let us be open-minded and able to explore and take things with a softened heart, Lord. I also pray for those that are lost a lot of loved ones down in Texas and throughout the world, young children, just loved ones, wives, husbands. I just pray that you comfort the souls of those who are still here, because we know that you have the souls of the ones that have died, Lord, and you're judging each one separately according to your will, and we pray that they've come into your grace, Lord, in Jesus' name, amen. Okay. So, I thought this is a good verse. Prayer of David. This is Psalm 17, so we'll be reading that first. I got to bring my Rumble chat up and over. Sorry, guys. Oh. So if you guys like one platform more than the other, I'm streaming on everything. So Kick, Rumble, Twitch, YouTube. I'm not into the TikTok streaming and X streaming. I haven't even, well, you need to be a member, I think, to stream on X. Not worrying about setting that up. But I just figured since I can reach every platform, I might as well, and I have it, I think, decently set up that I can chat with each and every one of you guys, so I see Kick on my multi-stream chat, so that's great. But anyway, I chose chapter 17 of Psalms, a prayer of David. And, we'll read it here. We'll read the whole thing. And I have to have it blown up because my old eyes aren't. It's not necessarily that they're old. It's my eyes get shaky and small words don't do very well with my vision at this point. So get this filled up and then we'll read. What are you doing, Bubby? Okay. I don't want to turn this in more. This has to go down a little bit, so it's not blocking me. There we go. Sure, this can come down a little. Just Excuse me. Yeah, I don't mind that. That works. All right, so we'll read this. Keep screwing up my chat. All right, Psalm 17. Hear just cause, O Lord, attend to my cry. Give ear to my prayer from lips free of deceit. From my presence, let me vindicate. Come, let your eyes behold the right. You have tried my heart. You have visited me by night. You have tested me, and you will find nothing. I have purposed that my mouth will not transgress. I will regard the works of man by the word of your lips. I have avoided the ways of the violent. My steps have held fast to your paths. My feet have not slipped. I call upon you, for you will answer me, O God. Incline your ear to me. Hear my words. Wondrously show your steadfast love, a savior of those who seek refuge from their adversaries at your right hand. Keep me as the apple of your eye. Hide me in the shadow of your wings. From the wicked who do me violence, my deadly enemies who surround me. They close their hearts to pity. With their mouths they speak arrogantly. They have now surrounded our steps. They set their eyes to cast out to the ground. He is like a lion eager to tear, as a young lion lurking in ambush. Arise, O Lord, confront him, subdue him, deliver my sword from the wicked by your sword, from men by your hand, O Lord, from men of the world whose portion is in this life. You will fill their womb with treasure, they are satisfied with children, and they leave their abundance to their infants. As for me, I shall behold your face in righteousness. When I wake, I shall be satisfied with your likeness. Amen. I think that's a lot of the issue of the world. I could add this. Could add 14 and 15, right? Right? We can add 14 and 15 to this. It should fit. 15. I'm one of the ones. One of who? One of the unashamed. Unashamed. Yeah, we can clean that up a bit. Let's take the letters out. Forgive me, people, because I like having this, the verse of the day, or at least part of the verse of the day, up on the screen. I am streaming. Yeah, Psalm 17. It's actually pretty good for things that people are dealing with today in the world. And like, yeah, a lot of the people want to do what they want to do. Basically, is what this is saying. They'll have their portion in life. That's what they're gonna have. They'll get all the good stuff, the gold, the glory, the fame, the money. But that's all they have is this life. They're not looking. They the next life is not there for them. It's an eternal separation, which is pretty cold in my opinion. So I know what it feels like to try to make your own God in a way, refill the warmth of God with something else. Yeah, if it's empty and cold, lonely. Okay, I think that's all the weird letters. Save. There we go. Okay, no problem. Yeah, they were getting a little wild. My minions? Or minions, yeah. Can you see that? Let's see. Can we see that on a full screen stream? Up, that's YouTube. That's not going to be good. Yeah, that works. I mean, we've maybe blew it up a little bit. Oh, that's an issue. Hmm? Nope. Sorry, guys. I gotta fix one thing. I noticed something really bad on YouTube that I wasn't expecting for the. Now we can see the text because it's got an outline. All right, cool. That can go away. I have been making my way through the Bible. I am in Joshua now, chapter 9 now. So, like I say, this website is amazing. BibleGateway.com if you're looking to read the Bible. All different types of versions, ESV all the way down to, I don't know, NIV, WYC, Young Literal Translation. Personally, I like the ESV. And if you intend to pay for it, obviously there's payment options. You can buy stuff in this. Um, you can get extra content. So like journals, study books. You can get into Hebrew and Greek of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, $4.17 a month. It's not bad, and you can try it for free for 14 days. So I truly say that even if you're not going to pay for it, good website, good Bible website that you highlight, make notes, etc. All right. So let's get into YouTube video making. You guys ready? Should we do it now? Okay. Well, I just wanted to make a short video, I believe. So this one should be fairly short. And not difficult. I just wanted to see what people felt like, if I was in the wrong or if I was justified in my saying this and my feelings about this situation. So 3 or 4 years back, we were invited to my nephew's baptism. My wife's sister. And they told us the church, and I looked at the church, and I was investigating it, and I'm like, what is with this church? They got LGBT flags all over the place. They were, it turns out, an Episcopalian church. And I was just looking into what the church was about and what they really taught, and basically what it ended up being was they justified the sinner or the sin, and instead of having like the sinner become the focus. They focused on the sin and kind of glorified it in a way, and I didn't agree with that whatsoever. So I told my wife, I said, I don't think it's right that we go to this baptism and approve of this church baptizing because they're preaching false doctrine in my understanding, in the way I was brought up and in my understanding of the Bible, they are preaching false doctrine. Because they're glorifying the sin instead of glorifying the redemption of the sinner. So I've been I had thought about it, we prayed about it, and told my wife I don't think we should go. We did get a lot of crap from her family, like her sister and her brother kind of are just like, you should have just went. It's just a baptism, you know. But I don't think the terms of the baptism were glorified in God necessarily. I mean, I understand we're supposed to be baptized in God the Father, or the Son, and the Holy Ghost. I get that, and I get that people can say it, but I just, the teachings of the church are so off-putting that it didn't feel like it was an actual baptism. It just feels like a show, you know? And obviously my sister-in-law got upset. Just ended up not talking to us for a while. Um, which it didn't bother me one way or the other. I'm kind of used to people getting upset with me. But I don't feel conflicted in not going. I feel like it was the right choice, but I just was wondering, have anybody else had to deal with that, where there was like a baptism or some type of church event that you were invited to, but it was to a church that wasn't really teaching the doctrine of the Bible. They were kind of making up their own thing and bringing in corruption into the church. So yeah, if you could let me know down in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, whatever, you know, the normal YouTube thingamajigger. I appreciate it. Thanks. Peace and love. Okay, how's that? I think that was a good YouTube video. Now, how do we edit it now? Okay, live. Yeah, they're fine up there. You want me to charge it, or do I need to charge it? Yeah. If he's done with it. Yeah, they could watch a show up there if they wanted to. Okay, we'll download that and then we'll edit that away. What else? Oh, Grok. I didn't realize Grok did amazing things with Um, Rock is amazing. What are you doing bringing the chaos down here, little boy? You getting some tea? Can't tell which one I like more, Truth or X. Obviously, X has more users, but it's so like filled with bots and just like, Christians saying they're Christians, not Christians, attacking Christians. I mean, obviously, that's where all the big YouTubers and Facebook, or not Facebookers, but streamers and whatnot go to. But abortion giant Planned Parenthood says 200 clinics are at risk of closure after passage of big beautiful bill. Honestly, I say good for the abortion part, but I think people still need to be educated on like sex education. I think they should understand the what happens, how it happens, the consequences of doing so. I mean, obviously, the best preventative measure, and you should obviously wait till you're married. But like, we can say that, but we've all been teenagers and we know those hormones. But the best preventative measure is abstinence. Like I said, we can all say that, but doesn't. It's very difficult as a teenager. It takes a lot of self control, and we remember ourselves when we were younger. Didn't have very much of that. So then you have other options, obviously, but I think abortion is null, not needed whatsoever. There's no need for abortion. Most of the mothers, if the mother's life's at risk, it can usually be saved by a C-section. Or like the medical field has advanced so dramatically that like mothers' lives being at risk during a birth or whatever is very, very low percentile. And you usually don't have to abort. It's usually you have to get the baby out of there as quickly as possible. So my stance is life is at conception. Even with rape and whatnot, that one's a difficult for me. I would leave it open, but I would prefer adoption being the primary option. But I understand the mental damage that already happens from rape, and then on top of it all, you would get even more mental damage from an abortion. Like it's just compounding and compounding and compounding. Ay, ay, ay. What are they doing up there? It sounds like they're fighting. Kids. There's the guy who Germany arrested like 100 times. Yes. And yeah, he's got a lot going on with him. Pretty sure he has a room temperature IQ. I mean, he sounds exactly the way you would think. 7% of women aged 18 to 24 are on OnlyFans. What? That's too high of a number. OnlyFans is no good. It's destructive.
Remote is on my desk. What? You
I don't know if you guys have heard about this guy, Saab Hassan Youssef. He is the son of one of the founders of Hamas, who actually abandoned and turncoated basically to Israel's side. But he exposes a lot of what happens over there or reasoning behind certain decisions being made over there. So he's a good person to look into if you want some truths. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see if that video has been produced. We'll make it real quick. Da Vinci, proud Da Vinci Resolve, my best friend. Ooh, project. Media pull. File import. No, I don't like it. Import. Isn't this going? There we go. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, we cut it there. We delete that. And we dissolve out. And we put in. I need paint. Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
You.
What is? Huh. Ay, ay, ay. They're getting cooped up, guys. What am I gonna do with the Rugrats?
Minions.
Six by 1106. 1066 by 1106.
Wow. Hey, get up here. That's too loud. You need your butt smacked.
He does.
Stop being so loud. Go.
Eli, if you say, who are you saying no to, boy? Gonna take a minute to save. Three D paint is pretty cool. What is he doing?
He spit on the floor.
I know he's spitting.
What?
Undo. All right. Mm, Thanks, DJ. I'm good though. I'm just here to chill, not to grow, man. Thank you for the follow, though, DJ. I appreciate it. I'll mess with audio at another time. I don't really understand it. Cool. All right. I think that's good. Yeah. All right. I think that is good. I think we have a YouTube video. MP4 audios. Family members. Baptism because of conviction. Thumbnails. All right, we're rendering. We'll let that render. Anybody got anything else going on? I don't know what's. Anybody have? I saw my therapist for the first time today and got appointments coming up, so that is a good thing for me. Help me mentally while I'm dealing with these injuries and overcoming certain hurdles that come along with my disabilities. But I know therapy's not for everyone, but I guess a lot of doctors actually talked me into this, saying, "You know what? You've been through a lot. You really should should go through therapy or see a therapist to at least help you process what you've been through and kind of start getting you back on your feet, you know? And I don't, I've never been a person for it. Never been a therapy guy whatsoever. I think I went once 10 years ago, and it was a waste of time at that point. I definitely wasn't in the mindset that I needed it. I've always dealt with anxiety and my self-offing thoughts, I guess you could say, fairly well. But lately it had been getting pretty hard to deal with any of that. Anxiety has been really stopping my life. Same with depression. And then those offing myself thoughts just kept sneaking in behind the picture and then getting worse and worse, more of a reality. And the scary thing, the afterthought scary thing is, it didn't bother me. I was having those thoughts, you know. Like it was like, yeah, okay, maybe. So that's what bothered me. Like thinking back on it, like I wasn't bothered by it whatsoever. I was okay with it. Even in the thought, like there was no hesitation whatsoever for me just ending it. It's weird, very weird. But I mean, now, like looking back on it, yeah, it's scary that I had no hesitation in those thoughts whatsoever. Is that rendered? Uploading now. Okay. And I had to admit that I had those thoughts to not necessarily the therapist today, but to a majority of my doctors that have been treating me over these past couple years. That I have them, and that sometimes I don't even blink an eye when I do it in those thoughts or in the dreams or wherever. Just which in my head tells me you should get help if you're not even concerned about it. Like it's not even a second thought in you're like planning it out, like you're not even like concerned. Yeah, you should see a therapist, talk to somebody, like just open up about what you're feeling. It's okay to do that. And maybe it's not the right therapist that you have, and you need to get a different therapist or go to a different place, talk to a different person, or even just vent online about how you are feeling. It's okay. It's good to do that, I think. I think there's a proper way to do it, but sometimes I understand emotions get in the way and it can cause you to say some things that you don't mean to say, but they come out. And the good thing, the internet, it doesn't let people see you crying behind the keyboard, is what I like to say. Letting those emotions out behind the keyboard. All right, I think we are uploaded. I guess I will find out. Oh, okay, cool. I have to add cards to this when it's done. How when will I know it's done? We'll find out. We'll deal with that one. Go to our live scene here. Actually enjoy keeping YouTube content separate and being able to stream to both, but having it separated in some way, different look on YouTube compared to on Rumble and Kick and all that. So I do have YouTube videos. If those of you that are watching, I think I have a link. One of my videos is taking off. It looks like it's got almost 70 views on it, which is pretty awesome. I appreciate it. I was streaming last night and I kept checking in on this debate that was going on with Trent Daughtry and a couple other guys. And one of my commenters said his name. What was it? One like, one thumbs down. Aww. That's okay. But it was with what was his name? Look at the comments. Cleve. I got a thumbs down on one of my videos.
Oh, Snowflake didn't like it.
Yeah, Snowflake didn't like it. That's exactly what it is. They couldn't handle the me being okay with a Roman Catholic dude showing his fruit. Yeah, it doesn't make sense that he was bringing in a bisexual atheist to argue theology with him, to argue his point.
That makes no sense.
It didn't. I completely agreed with the guy.
Well, not everybody's gonna like your position.
No, I know that.
I think you thrive on it.
I do.
You're the right person for this. Could you pass me my phone? I'm wondering if it charged.
40.
Awesome. I have to order this.
Oh. Oh, well, one of those nursing ones. Cool. Well, my wife could go on there and get my like ratio up above 50%. So my wife could go on there and get my like ratio up above 50%. My YouTube that you never look at anyway. You never support. It's okay. You do not. Nope, no support whatsoever. I'm kidding.
So terrible.
You should.
I'm just the worst with.
I have to like my own videos. Huh?
F-O-L.
Falling? What are you following? Right now?
minutes ago.
Well, my stream title should be using a biblical worldview to crack open controversies while gaming. God is good. Let me see what you're even talking about. I don't know.
Do I just not know how to read, or is that a misspelling?
Oh, following. It didn't type it right. Yeah.
Like, either I'm naive and don't know what's going on.
Following.
See, good thing I support you.
Nah, you do support me. It just I don't understand what you're saying some of the times because I don't know. You got to show me. It's not what I just put. That's what I just posted. Yes, that's not my stream though. That's just the video I posted now. That was the one that I had off. Like,
Oh, this 4-minute one.
yeah, the 4 minute and 50 second one. So, another video is out. All right. Oh, I'm sorry doing YouTube stuff while streaming. Great. That was. Yeah, it was about 3 years ago then. I was giving it a little time. I didn't know the time frame. It doesn't really matter what the time frame was. What? What is it? Why? Hey, well, that's not the video I'm looking for support on. I mean, yes, thank you.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, it's the one below it. And you just need to like it to get my like percentages up. You can watch it if you want to, but it's just me like reacting to what I showed you earlier.
Some love. Okay. Who are you over there?
Mm, yeah, I believe in it. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Then I'm gonna hop in my Discord, and then I think I'm gonna try to game with the buddies if they're on. Yeah, that is the one.
the other
Uh,
guy? The main guy.
main guy talking is Slave. I think. Hang on, let me check. Somebody left.
Unchristian.
I'm
Oh God.
covering him. Um, we'll go to my history and look. I'll let you all see how clean it is. You know what frustrates me? When people say that you're wrong, but they don't bring like any information or like actual criticism. They just say that you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, tell me what I'm wrong about then, so we can like talk about it and see like why you think so. Like, this one is here. No, that's not it. Oh. Cleave to antiquity. CLEAVE. Mm-hmm. Cleave. CLEAVE. I mean, I think it's good that they're talking about this. That's why you shouldn't get so upset about it. But like, he is Trent like really went off the rails. But like, he doesn't serve his purpose in a Catholic environment or a Christian environment. Bringing a atheist into the topic, like, it doesn't serve his purpose correctly. It's not. It's the Catholic Church is all inclusive, and it's just like, yeah. No, it doesn't. It does not make sense. I gotta take my medicine, guys. I always forget. I should take it before I come back from my latest break. The Orthodox hold the Catholic view that Muslims worship. Wow, this is a huge conversation at this point. A lot of debates going on. Some ibuprofen, some Tylenol. Here's the cocktail, guys. two Tylenol. Well, store brand Tylenol. 600 milligrams of gabapentin. Why? They're medicines. Why would they show up to take it? They don't know where we're at. Stop being a spaz. Because I take it online every time. Just a little softener. Alright. Oh, I wasn't. I was just chit chatting. Just face streaming. Yeah, I'll play some Apex. Down for some Pexin. I gotta take my medicine, so 15 minutes of silence, and then yeah, I'll be ready to play some Pex. Just divvying everything out, getting yelled at for saying what they are on stream. She's like, you don't want people knowing what you're gonna take. Yeah, she said why. Yeah, people can get the information however they want it. They can look up anything. Yeah. Well, it's medical, yeah. He agrees with me. People can look up anything if they really want to. Anything. Like what medicines you're taking, where you live at, whatever. Your due date. It's not. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I really don't either. Jack. Yep. We'll make that. Sounds good. All right, what should we watch? Ooh, DW streaming. I watch this. Well, this after it's streamed. I like watching streams after they're streaming on YouTube, so I can just fast forward like the boring parts or the quiet parts. As you know, there's always a lot of them during the stream, and especially like these philosophy and biblical scholars and just like fast forwarding sometimes makes me feel like I'm watching actual TV. Soon. All right, I'll put something on for a few minutes. Oh, he does it vertically for the phone. Okay. Water. Yep, you can play one. I'm gonna take my meds. No, I'm you.
Minister Benjamin Netanyahu meeting over an historic victory over Iran during a White House meeting Monday. But some Israeli and American officials are warning Iran still wants to obtain a nuclear weapon despite the damage done to its top facilities. Exactly what I spoke about with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu yesterday at the Blair House in Washington. Watch. Do you believe that Iran has hidden any enriched uranium?
Well, we think we know where it is. It's sort of buried underground. And we don't have contrary information.
How close were they to the bomb?
I think within a year they would have had.
Within a year?
Within a year, probably more than one bomb. So that would have been, and they say openly, death to Israel, death to America. They, unlike other nuclear powers, they could probably throw that weapon at us, and that's the end of Israel and the end of Jewish history. That's not going to happen. We couldn't allow it. But the other lump of cancer that we had was ballistic missiles. They were going to develop, they were going to have a manufacturing capability of 300 ballistic missiles a month. That's within 5 years, they would have had 20,000. And if we didn't destroy their manufacturing capability, that's worth like 2 atom bombs on a country the size of New Jersey, Israel. So we had to act. If we didn't act, we die.
Joining me now is Foundation for Defense of Democracy's Iran Program Senior Director and Senior Fellow Behnam Ben Talibulu. Ben, thank you very much for being here. Your reaction to what you heard from the Prime Minister?
It's a pleasure to be with you. Listen, I think the Prime Minister was rightly justifying both the conventional and asymmetric military threats that the Islamic Republic poses not just to Israel, but to regional security as well as to U.S. forces in the region. Iran, even before this conflict, had the largest ballistic missile arsenal in the Middle East. Last year, the Islamic Republic made history not once, not twice, but 3 times as a non-nuclear state, firing ballistic missiles at nuclear-armed countries, twice Israel, once Pakistan. And I don't think Israel or the United States would or should have waited for the Islamic Republic to get the bomb and gamble again.
Right. So what do you assess is their capability now, Iran's capability?
Well, certainly there's an unfortunate political debate here in Washington, where I live and work, about the battle damage assessment, meaning what's left of Iran's nuclear program. How much away is it squirreled underground? How much of it may have been diverted? What kind of manufacturing capability for centrifuges does the regime still have? I'll tell you this, so long as there's an Islamic Republic of Iran, particularly one led by an 86-year-old ideologue named Ayatollah Khamenei, that regime is going to want a nuclear weapon. So Washington is going to have to move from counter-proliferation to counter-regime because that's the real success to peace in the Middle East, going after the arsonists, not just the fires.
I mean, do you think we'll ever see peace with that regime in place? I mean, you know, that's one issue that I don't think that President Trump and his team really want to be dictating whether or not there's a new regime. I mean, the president said, I mean, this is not our goal to take out the regime. So how will we ever expect that there will be different treatment of the people if, in fact, the regime is the same?
Well, it's critical that the President Trump, as well as his administration, which has gotten so much right in the Middle East, also understand this, which is that there is a huge difference, in fact, a sea of difference between foreign-imposed regime change and foreign-supported regime change. The regime change wars that President Trump and his staff rightly have critiqued, like Afghanistan, like Libya, like Iraq, for example, those are the cases where the U.S. has gone in and essentially failed. Those are cases where you don't have a 100-year social history of the population seeking to get their own government out of the way to get actually a democracy in their capital. That is the facts on the ground when it comes to Tehran. You have the most pro-American, pro-Israeli population in the heart of the Muslim Middle East. If you can flip that, that can actually allow the U.S. to push away from the Middle East and pivot to dealing with the other threats that the Trump administration is rightly prioritizing, like China.
I mean, exactly. And I think that's what the Trump administration understands is the longer-term, bigger threat. But even as, you know, you've got Iran weakened, just days ago they came out with another, you know, fatwa on President Trump's back. And I asked Netanyahu about this as well. This is a religious edict from the Ayatollah calling on Muslims to take out President Trump. So, I mean, you know, are we supposed to expect that the special envoy, Steve Witkoff, is going to go have meetings now with Iranian officials, even after that?
Oh, my goodness, Marie, I've been tracking the whole host of fatwas, religious, political, military commentary coming out of the Islamic Republic for quite some time now, and they are both directly and indirectly threatening the life of President Trump on a near daily, if not sometimes twice daily basis. You have advisors to the Supreme Leader talking about drones being able to strike President Trump's belly button, him not being able to sunbathe in Mar-a-Lago. I mean, this regime remains the world's foremost state sponsor of terrorism, not just by its actions, but also by its rhetoric. It can't quite literally
You have selected Microsoft David Desktop, English, United States, as the computer's default voice.
You have selected Microsoft. Well, can you hear me now? Well, can you hear me now? Well, can you hear me now? I can at least comment now. Too bad I sound like a girl.
Holy fuck.
This is too sad. The flood that happened in Texas kills so many innocents. This is too sad. The flood that happened in Texas kills so many innocents.
Resist it while you can. And if you wonder what will happen if you don't, look and see how a cricket team in Middlesex in England had to change its name by force last week because it was called, and had been for years, the Middlesex Crusaders.
Labels go on bottles, not on people. All of a sudden, we're coming up with different ways of describing situations and people, etc. Kleptomania, pedophile, and ignoramus. We just have labels, labels upon labels. The same thing we came up with.
Chris Hitchens, the biggest atheist commentator of my generation.
With a new label called Take an Examine.
This is very enemy
Islamophobe.
for the rope that will choke you. This is very urgent business, ladies and gentlemen, I beseech you. Resist it while you still can, and before the right to complain is taken away from you, which will be the next thing. You will be told you can't complain because you're Islamophobic. The term is already being introduced into the culture as if it was an accusation of race hatred, for example, or bigotry, whereas it's only the objection to the preachings of a very extreme and absolutist religion. Watch out for these symptoms. They are not just symptoms of surrender, very often ecumenically offered to you by men of God in other robes, Christian and Jewish and smarmy ecumenical. These are the ones who will hold open the gates for the barbarians. The barbarians never take a city till someone holds the gates open for them. And it's your own preachers who will do it for you, and your own multicultural.
I agree, it is very urgent. Muslims will try to take over and try again, whether it by war or by population control.
Authorities who will do it for you. Resist it while you can. And if you wonder what will happen if you don't, look and see how a cricket team in Middlesex in England had to change its name by force last week because it was called, and had been for years, the Middlesex Crusaders. Look and see how stories about little pigs can't be taught to children in English schools anymore, lest offense be taken by the religion of peace. Resist it while you can. One of the things that is coming up over and over again is Islamophobia. And, well, you can see the stats, you can see the numbers rising, particularly since October the 7th. Although we shouldn't fall into the trap of thinking that before October the 7th, this was all heading in the right direction. It's been far too high for far too long. Clearly, we need to just say over and over again, Islamophobia is intolerable. It can never, ever be justified. And we have to continue with a zero tolerance approach. And I think there's more we can do in government. There's certainly stuff online which I think needs tackling much.
Honestly, the first crusades were for a good cause and then spun out of control and out of even being of a Christian believing war. Not that any war is good, but it stopped the early Muslim expansion into Europe.
More robustly than it is at the moment.
What I'm hoping, Keir, is your experience as a prosecutor means you'll be thinking about the strategy we can use to make sure we take action against those who break the law.
When you think about the Islamophobia, well, let's talk about numbers. There are 15 million Jews worldwide. Yes, 15 million. It's about the same amount of Jewish population as it was just before World War II. Then we lost 6 million. How many Muslims are there in the world? 2 billion Muslims. They are rated as the fastest growing religion in such a short amount of time.
Fastest growing by births, not cover science. There are an equal number of people converting to Islam and those that are leaving and fastest growing by births, not conversions. There are an equal number of people converting to Islam and those that are leaving and becoming apostates.
2 billion people. We're just 15 million. And they say, well, most Muslims are moderate, but only maybe 1 or 2% are radicalized, are jihadist. Do you know what 2% of 2 billion people are? How many jihadists, how many radical Islams are there? So the question about the Islamophobia is not a question about Islamophobia. It's about what is Islam teaching? What are the clerics teaching? What are they protesting? Are they standing up for human rights? Are they standing up for against killing, against annihilation?
Islam teaches world domination. Either by the sword or by slavery.
I can talk now. Hip hip hooray. How you doing, Will? That's good. Not bad. Saw my therapist for the first time today. Or at least did the intake for it, so that was good. Getting a move in there. I think I played earlier. It was bad too. Oh, so you feel like me right now when I play with you and Will? What's this? Okay. That's there, that's there, that's there. Alright, we'll finish this video and then I'll be ready to go, Jack.
Against this whole idea of having to dominate the world and kill every Westerner. The caliphate. How many clerics come out to protest publicly from the pulpit? So you wonder, why is there Islamophobia out there? Well, take a look at
what the
who are the
religion
terrorists
teaches.
who took down the World Trade Centers. Who are the terrorists who hijacked planes in the 70s and the 60s? Who are the terrorists who killed over 240 US Marines in the barracks in Lebanon? The list could go on and on and on and on. They were not Christians. They were Islamists. Until the clerics begin protesting and shutting these terror networks down, Islamophobia is going to be there. It is in their hands. It's in the hands of the leaders. And when children are educated in Gaza, in their arithmetic books, the way they teach them math is when you add up 3 Israelis and you kill 2 of them, how many Israelis are left? Until that level of education is eradicated, and we
teaching arithmetic by knocking off Jews is not a good way to teach arithmetic.
begin teaching children to love versus to hate, then the Islamophobia will continue to be there. You're doing it to yourselves. So let's pray and we hope that the 2 billion Muslims that are out there love your religion, love your God, live and let live. Let your religion be about life, not about death. And then there'll be more peace.
Can't have a religion that just teaches death, though. I too pregnant.
Peace in this world. Let's pray to God that peace will reign upon us. In Judaism, we accept every religion. We support every religion. Just because a person believes something different than I do, just because a person has a theological difference, it doesn't make you any different. We're all children of God. We're all created in God's image. And in Judaism, it is taught that we respect other religions. Do you know, during the high holidays, we bring 70 extra sacrifices in the temple. Each sacrifice is for another one of those 70 nations that existed at the time. We prayed for the other nations, for the other religions. That's what Judaism is about. We know that we can coexist. It's okay to believe something different than we do, but it doesn't mean that you have to believe what I do. It doesn't mean because you don't believe what I do, I'm going to have to kill you. That's not Judaism. That's some other pagan medieval religion that has no place in the 21st century. The world should have matured already, and the world should have been able to be at a space of
dun 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 dun. Ready to go?
Here
we go. Keeps the right one. Yep, I'm coming. No, I'm coming now. Closing some windows down. I'm going to get the rumble going. Get where am I at? Since you got home, it wasn't good enough, Jack. You letting her out since you've been home has not been good enough for her.
I guess you could have this as a toy if you wanted. Do you want it? It's a little. It's probably worth something, but I don't have the tag on it no more. Yeah.
Just keep everything on just chatting anymore. So I'm not alive long enough to actually play the game, so I just chat in between rounds.
Oh, you caught the bird. The bird's flying. Go get it. Bring it here. Oh, your hips are hurting you. I'm sorry. Come here. Well, yeah, because you're not playing Apex with us.
That'll do it. That will do it. I get to pick first. Sounds like Eli's getting what do you do if fire gets on you lesson.
Stop, drop, roll, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Come find me. That was our one fire safety course. I thought it was gonna happen a lot more often than it does.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like the real world is scary, and you're gonna catch fire a lot.
An intelligent There's gonna be fire everywhere. It's just hell out there. All right.
Bring the rocks. Heard of global warming yet? You're going to.
Oh, am I open mic? Oh shit.
Yeah, you are. Sorry.
I forgot what to say. It wasn't for work, I don't think. Safety course. Sorry, dude.
Actually, I do what I want. Yeah, Sentinel will be better. You have anything over here for me?
Extended sniper magazine here. Level 3.
Rings close, and we've got 45 on the optics here. Mid-range.
Attention. Evo harvesters are online. I now have an enhanced weapon.
I was really hoping for not that. Sounds like it's starting to go off over there. Broke him. It's my grenade. She have a sniper mag or anything?
Let's help them fall swifter still. Care package. I'm under fire. I've been down. Unacceptable.
Got that revive. Oh.
Recharging shields.
Champion's dead. Long live the champion. I've been snared.
I've been snared.
Charging my shield.
I shattered an enemy's shield. Enemy down. Reloading.
Reloading. None from that squad remain. Amateurs.
Good kill. Your training is paying off.
Where we going? Oh. I could go over and get that. There's people over here.
Enemy sounds detected. This way.
Oh, he's fighting. He's fighting.
Reloading. Shields are depleted. Recharging. Target spot going there.
Oh, the Black Knight!
There. All of you.
Does he got the bow? Jack, you're muted, muted. I heard something. Broke him.
I'm under fire. Enemy shield cracked. Recharging.
Smart bullet firing.
Grenade. I'm spotted. Taking fire. Enemy shields broke. Stay with me. I've been down. Enemy close.
Slow, Jack. One more. You got this. You got this.
Sorry, ignore my wife.
Well, it got intense there.
That was very intense because I was about dead. That fell high ground, luckily.
a pity to leave an upgrade unchosen. I have a new upgrade. Outstanding.
Replicator dropping.
Oh, wait, we got a long ways. And we got a jump tower.
I do not. Should have picked one up. I think one of the bodies had it down there.
A tear to give us an edge.
Hi, Ellie. What are you doing? Why'd you not go
I detect enemy noise that way.
With you.
It is
Where you
almost
go,
good time
so
to get
goes
still
my
early.
nation. Rings far. We've got 60 to get there. Though I'll only give you 30.
What are you? Hi, home for a little while. We got 3 day in. Have to catch up.
45 seconds until the ring moves. Unless you'd like new tan lines, I suggest moving.
Yeah, we heard fighting here.
These ties, I have caught them.
Smart bullet deployed.
What in the world?
Companions, we're not far from the ring.
You ran the wrong way.
I was running around. He didn't know where I went. I did run the wrong way. He had no idea where I was. There was a cubby. Guy's pretty good.
One guy lit me up. Pushed hard.
Well, the one guy jumped out and was behind us. Yeah. Dark crazy. Oh, that was the last of it.
Yeah. No, they killed the last guy there. When?
No.
Almost. Top 3. I think there was just a rat they killed.
Yeah, it was the guy that jumped out, I think. They were fighting. We were trying to... A reconner.
Introducing your champion. Come on, let's see if we're a match.
No, I didn't make it all the way to the tippy top. Fuck.
Tippy 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 top.
Moving up.
You're an ass cannon?
Ooh, quite a bit of people with us.
Wait, what?
So there's quite a bit of people with us, I think.
Tracker set and ready to gather intel. Attention. First blood. Tracker out. A tra poco.
First blood. The game's afoot.
I'll go over to the sniper.
This weapon is somehow even more beautiful than before.
I guess they dropped short.
Say one, we're all inside this ring.
Grazie.
Going to alternator.
Optics here. Mid-range.
I could use that.
Sniper stock here. Level 2.
Yes, that will do nicely.
Attention. There is a new kill leader.
A new kill leader. Absolutely disgusting effort. My weapon is enhanced. And to think they feared me before.
We're all inside the ring. Good. Zip rail there. Ready to ride out.
Ready? I'm ready. Ready? I'm ready.
No.
Care package being delivered.
Care package incoming. Does your generation usually require this level of assistance?
Enemy shield broke.
Who you fight?
I'm spotted. Taking some down.
Oh, I got charge right.
Rage against the dying of the light.
It's okay. I don't think anyone saw it. Except whoever shot you.
Firing a smart bullet.
Doc, you're coming with me.
Tracker dart out. Been here. Tracker set. And ready to gather intel. Watch out! Opponent there! Fighting. Opening fire. Reloading. That might be alright. The enemy shield is broken.
Hey, I'm spotted. Taking fire.
Dang, dude, that fucking guy on the roof.
Yeah.
Just giving my shields a recharge.
Un momento. Got it. Tracker scanning.
We don't really have enough to push here.
Smart bullet away.
Swing around, maybe.
I thought there was a guy up there.
Yeah, there's.
Oh, you're.
But I would rather not push the guy on the high ground.
Just giving my shields a recharge. Contact. I'm spotted. Taking fire. It's got snared.
Tracker scanning.
Tossing down my halo. Recharging my shield.
I think it's an octane when I hear him run like that. It's not.
Oh, they're shooting at me.
Smart bullet deployed.
It is an octane.
Got an enhanced weapon. Ready to use it.
There's an astral.
Recharging my shields.
I need some more energy. Damn. Oh.
Optics here. Mid-range.
The darn tree.
Let me go up on the roof over here.
Tracker out.
Oh, you guys are all the way over there. Shoot.
Setting a tracker. Un momento, per favore.
Contact with target.
I've selected an upgrade.
Only half the squads are left. I'm looking at an opponent here. Shoot! That enemy shield is broken.
Reloaded. Throwing
Looking at that.
frog out.
Checking an arc star. Oh, check it out. Opponent there. Attenzione. Enemy here. Oh, they're shooting at me. That scared me.
You follow them now, alright? Broke their shield now. Reloaded.
Enemy track.
I have a bubble too.
Attenzione. Enemy here.
I'm spotted. Taking fire.
What's that?
Reloading.
They're behind the truck. Down one.
Just giving my shields a recharge.
Opening fire. The enemy shield is broken. Reloading.
Broke their shield now.
Oh my god, we brought so many times to kill quick.
Behind us, right? Yeah. Behind us? Yeah.
Spotted, taking fire. Here, take Doc. He'll fix you up. Justice. Hey, Doc, come on back.
Yeah, I have no ammo
Shooting
for
at me.
this.
Target there. You got another squad in the fight. The enemy shield is broken.
Get me over there. Let's fight that.
Enemy here.
I'm spotted. I'm down.
45 seconds. I'm right next to the ring. Reloading. That's my right. Enemy there.
Sheesh. That one guy ran that way. You didn't have ammo. I didn't have my ult to give you ammo. I have to go to the bathroom real quick. Maybe we go back to menu. Or we could just queue it. Should just pick my guy.
Bad guy over there.
Enemy over there. Hostile close.
Target's right in front of me.
Never gonna make it.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have chased with that guy. I thought we were going after the Gibby over to the far.
Yeah, I didn't know. I went to look for ammo. I just ran into that one guy.
Got blink. What did you need? Light?
Yeah.
I don't know that I had it.
One prowler I could have been using. I'll probably take a break after this one. White's outside.
Works that works. Get hungry. We already ate.
Oh, what's the nameless king?
You doing night rain?
What?
You doing night rain?
Yeah.
Night.
Solo. He's getting good at it.
Uh-oh.
Trying to. Well, he killed me.
He's getting better at it. V from V Rising.
If you're with me, I'm with you.
Or V for Vendetta. Or V from Cyberpunk.
This vile game took everything from me. Perhaps I can take some of it back.
I've got everything you need.
Or V for Vendetta.
This is your champion.
I go to.
Just a step in the right direction.
I'm Jumpmaster. I do this for those who came before. Destroy them. We should journey there.
Here goes nothing. No.
She said no. Going right over the sniper thing. Gotta get myself a wingman.
Let's do this.
My weapon is enhanced. And to think they feared me before.
Got this weapon in hand.
First blood.
Someone's achieved first blood.
No, secondary sniping. I have my wingman. Oh, I don't want that.
Check your maps.
What do you mean you heard what before?
Optics here. Close range.
I'll give that a good hold.
I have an alternator if you...
There's a new kill leader. No need to make a fuss. They'll meet me soon enough.
Attention. Evo harvesters are online.
Yeah, I'll check out this R99. Backpack already?
Extended sniper mag here. Level 2.
There's an evil harvester here. Copy that.
Need some light.
Warning. Ring movement in progress.
R301 here. Watching here. Nothing shall escape my sight. Extra supplies here. Let's fill your pockets, companions.
Extra supplies here. Firepower is key.
Who's she shooting at?
What's that? From who? From what? Someone just dropped by me. What?
Care package being delivered.
Care package approaches.
Road. He's hurt.
You chasing?
No, I was about to do that, but after this game, you guys get up?
Care package over there.
No.
Got my ultimate ready.
What? What?
I don't know where I went.
Optics here. Sniper.
Half the squads remain.
Wouldn't you know it, I've leveled up. Let's choose an upgrade. Well, well, well. I've a new upgrade.
New kill leader appointed.
There's a new kill leader. No need to make a fuss. They'll meet me soon enough.
Copy that. Let's attack him here. Copy that. I'm spotted. Taking fire. Rope received now. Another squad attack.
Are you okay?
Hostile right here. Heads up. You follow them now, right? I'm spotted.
Sheesh. She's hurt. Yep. Okay.
Oh, what, you just get on? Oh. gonna go see what the wife's doing. Might be back.
Yeah, I'll just wait around. Just stream, look at stuff. You know how I have to take those breaks. Maybe I can get something to eat. That would be good. Get some milk. Eat Mega Man crackers. Got what's happening in the world. How would I feel if this was my waitress? Scared. She looks angry. Washington, D.C. is flooding as well? What? This watermark almost makes it impossible to see what's happening. Groups, in-depth defenses, ground forces advanced inland, joint fire strikes, and anti-landing ops. Most realistic ever, emphasizing civilian military coordination and integration. 22,000 reservists. Taiwan's ability to mount a whole of society defense against potential offensive actions of the Chinese People Liberation Army against Taiwan. Yeah, apparently that's not going to work out because China is collapsing. They like usurped what's his name? Mao. Yeah, okay. If anything, it'll be Russia bringing a nuke down for that. Right. Just come on. Waste of money. Mhm. Two drone impact in the Ukrainian capital Kyiv. Apparently, Kyiv is getting blown up. Airstrikes, according to Kyiv Post correspondents on the ground. Major Vitaly Klitschko. Residential buildings hit in multiple districts. Is that right, Klitschko? 124 heavy cargo plane from China to Karachi. Focused expanding trade, investment, following key CPAC projects, and enhancing defense and civil security cooperation. China is hiring Pakistan hard. Yeah. China does not like India, and neither does Pakistan. Hence the who's Winnie the Pooh? What do you got? A jetpack on? Yeah. Boom.
So turn the lights up in the family room.
Yeah. I gotta fix that one somehow. Or replace the bulb. Maybe the Wi-Fi transponder went out in it. Think I'm gonna get a cup of milk and eat some graham crackers. Yeah, I mean, I have my graham crackers here. I just need the milk.
Might have left a plate out there. Oh, for you. Yeah, but I always have to ask.
Graham crackers, graham crackers. What?
Okay.
You're hungry? You just walk over to me while I pull my graham cracker out and go, hungry.
Okay.
Yay!
I don't know what's that.
Got planes.
No.
Take your graham cracker and leave.
I want that one. I want Spider-Man. I want Spider-Man.
Here.
We're on a nice, quiet show.
Go back over. When you poo, when you poo. When you poo, when you poo. Yeah, honey. He's the only one. The only ticket room. When you up,
Hungry too.
oh, here. Bottom there. Don't open a new pack. Take one and two. Mm-hmm.
You mad?
Yes, that's why I do it after you guys go to bed. And then accidentally leave them out here on my desk for in the morning. Let's see, anything happening in the world? That's still going, cool. They just stopped. Does he have any other live streaming going? Toomcast is going. Beware, people, beware. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, but it was Tarkov wipe day. I don't know. Maybe I'll download it and try it eventually. So it has to be by quest. Huh? Huh? I know. That's why I was like, well, I guess it's okay where it's at. Jack's back. I'm eating graham crackers real quick. I'm taking my sweet time.
Don't you always?
Yeah, usually. There's only one speed in my book anymore, and it's called a sweet old time. Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. I still have to finish that debate.
What debate? Oh.
It's a debate between a guy named Apostate Prophet and what's his name? Andrew Wilson.
Not a debate with you.
No,
I think I know Andrew Wilson. I like him, but I also don't. He's kind of an
I
asshole.
don't like him. He's too cocky.
Yeah. And just like if you have a different way of
Very
viewing something,
confident in his
he
opinion.
just dismisses it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is the only way it should be living, and this is the only way that makes a good wife and everything. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there are subtleties that change things. You know what I mean?
There are
Depending on
spectrums.
the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like there's still everything isn't cut and dry. I'm sorry. That's at least my
And that's the
opinion.
way he thinks. He thinks everything's cut and dry, and you can label it down and cut and dry, and it's like, oh, sometimes it really isn't.
Yeah. I mean, there are some things.
Yeah, there are some things, but like the current debating atmosphere isn't cut and dry usually.
Yeah.
Most of it has to deal with opinions. And that's exactly what it is.
Opinions, it's whatever certain opinions, everyone wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion. What was it? I kind of just now, I like recently got it or understood it. Um, our middle school history teacher, if we started an argument with what if, he's like, you win.
Mm-hmm.
He would just say, oh, you win.
Because it's an if. There's no facts. There's no nothing behind it.
There's nothing to it. Yeah,
You could just make up whatever you want to it.
story and a thing that falls along the line.
Mm-hmm.
It was just always funny. He was always the one that said there's no such thing as a free lunch as well. I always liked
Yeah,
that.
that's true too.
Oh yeah. It was his class. We watched the towers fall too.
Mm.
Crazy.
I think it was in fifth grade when the towers fell.
Yeah, it was 7th or 8th, somewhere in there.
They didn't show it to us. I got home and found out about it, but I knew all the teachers that day were just so disheveled. They couldn't teach. They just did videos all day.
Watching stuff on the news and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he had it on. He was a what?
My parents were like old and along with a bunch of other parents. And our school was like, okay, that's the best idea. Get them out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Yeah. Probably different for you guys too, being on East Coast and like kind of so close to it in a way.
Well, one of the other flights crashed in a field like what, an hour away from us. Will
Jeez. Yeah, cause like over,
flight.
we're like
They made the movie about it. Flight. What was it? Flight 97, I want to say. Not interested. Yeah, Flight 93. United 93. '93 crash in Pennsylvania. Shanksville. Yeah, that's not too far from us. I mean, it kind of is. It's like 3 hours. Yeah. What are you doing? I heard what you said. Get away from my last graham cracker. It is mine. You got one in your hand. Yeah, you say excuse me when you burp. All right, well, no.
I'm probably gonna get off too. I'm gonna go watch a show.
All right.
But I can catch you later.
All right, later. What are you doing? Okay. Got no kisses? All right, drinking my milk. I might call it on the stream too then, guys. I was only keeping it live while they were hanging around abouts, but I don't really feel like playing solo. So maybe if they get back on, I'll restart the stream, but for now, I think I'll call it. But thank you for everybody for stopping by, and hopefully I catch you when I start streaming again tomorrow or the day after. I'm not sure. I might take a break tomorrow. We'll see. But anyway, have a good night, and God bless.